Okay, so moving on with Pythagoras, we are going to look today at questions where the missing side, and by that the side that you don't know the size of, whenever it's not the hypotenuse. So remember, the hypotenuse is always the side that's opposite the right angle. And yesterday we were looking at questions where that was the missing side, and we had the other two. So today we're going to be looking at whenever it's one of the other sides that is missing. So just like last day, sorry I said yesterday, I think it was 2 days ago now, just like last day, the first thing we need to do is to label the sides. So the side opposite the right angle is the hypotenuse, and we always label it C to fit in with our a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And then we said it doesn't matter which one of these is A and which one is B for the other two sides. I like to label the side that I don't know, I like to label it A. I think it just makes the working out a little bit easier. Honestly, it doesn't really matter, but it's a good wee technique. If you always label the other one, the one you're looking for, A. Okay, now same as last time, start off writing out our Pythagoras' theorem. So a squared plus b squared equals c squared. A is the one we're looking for, so a squared plus b is 12. 12 squared equals 19 squared. And then we can just fill in the values that we know. So a squared plus 144 equals 361. And now we're just left with a little bit of algebra. So we can do our lines down both sides to say what we're doing. To get a on its own, the first thing we need to do is get rid of this plus 144, and the opposite of that is take away 144 from both sides. So on my left hand side, that leaves me just with a squared equals, and 361 take away 144 gives us 217. And then to get a on its own, we have to square root. So we're going to square root both sides. So the square root of 217 is 14.7309, etc. So if I'm going to three significant figures, I'm going to go 14.7. I've just run out of room, but my unit there would be centimetres. Okay. So we've got out of focus. Okay, my work ended up being a little bit squashed here, but hopefully you can follow it all right. It's very, very similar to last day's work, except last day it was this one here, was the unknown that we were looking for, so there's a little bit more rearranging to do today. Okay, got one more example on this. So same again, first thing we do is label the sides. One opposite the right angle is the hypotenuse, and it gets called C. We've got the other two, remember it doesn't really matter what way around we label them, but I like to label the one I don't know A. Then a squared plus b squared equals c squared. A is what we're looking for, b is 8, and c is 12. So a squared plus 64 equals 144. So to get a on its own, we need to take 64 away from both sides. So taking 64 away from this side just leaves me with a squared. And 144 take away 64 is 80. And then we need to square root both sides. So the square root of 80 is 8.94. Oh, I've run out of room again for me, not centimetres, because these other ones are in centimetres. And do you remember last day we talked about the little check that you can do? So remember, the side that is opposite the right angle, the hypotenuse, is always the longest side. So the answer we should have got there should not have been longer than 12. And look, it's not. Let's check it for this other one. Yep, we're fine there too, because 19 is still the highest number. So we can always do wee checks to check our answers are sensible. Okay, hopefully we get on alright. That I felt, hopefully I didn't rush through that too much, but it is very similar to last day's work, just a wee bit more rearranging to do this time. Just be super careful whenever you're labeling the sides. Okay, good luck.